Hi, this is Tom. Welcome to my channel. So this is a chess black white to play and mate 2 problem. Normally, I put the solution in the description of the video, and I don't show it in the video. But this time, I'll make an exception, and because in order to discuss the problem, I'll need to show the solution. If I were going to try to solve this problem, I would start off by looking at the flight moves of the black king, and there aren't any, and then determine if it's a block problem or a threat problem. So a block problem is a problem, we set up a Zugzwang situation, or you make a waiting move such that there's no threat of mate, but if black makes a move, then there's a checkmate. And this particular problem, if you look at it a bit, for example, if you consider what happens if black moves his pawn, you can see that this doesn't look like a threat, a block problem. It doesn't look like a waiting move problem, but it looks like a threat problem. And indeed, it is a threat problem. And here, the threat is you threaten the knight. You threaten to mate on where the knight is. And this is a type of what's known as a wheel problem. And what will happen is the knight has 8 different ways to move. So you can think of the knight as moving along a wheel. Okay, and then the classic type of this wheel problem would be for each of the 8 knight moves, you'd have a different checkmate. Okay, in this problem, the composer is taking a different tack, a mathematical tack, which is, I think, super cool. I've never seen this before. So I'm going to give the answer to the problem, the key move. So if you want to solve it before seeing the move, now's the time to stop the video. Okay, so here is the key move, bishop to g1. Now, if the knight moves, it opens up the diagonals of the queen and the white bishop. So that sets up different mating possibilities. So, for example, if the black knight moves to e2, then knight to b4 is mate. Okay, and if the knight moves to c2 instead, then knight to f4 is mate. So we can see that the knight, by moving to c2, can guard one of the squares and e2 the other, but depending on which way it moves, it allows the knight to go to the other square and deliver mate. So is there a way that the knight can move that doesn't allow these 2 mates? And the answer is yes. The knight can move to f5. And now neither of the knight moves is mate because the e4 square has to be accounted for, and that can be done by a different mate, which is queen to g2. Okay, so now we get to the neat math part. So what we're going to do is we're going to call this solution A, and we will call this solution B, and we'll call this solution C. Okay, so what the composer did was he set up the 8 solutions such that they correspond to a power set in mathematics. So the power set with 3 elements, A, B, and C. So the power set is a set of all subsets of a set. So if you consider the set A, B, and C, let me see if I can write this out here. All right. So if you consider the set of A, B, and C, the possibilities would be of that set would be A, B, C, AB, AC, BC, AB and C, and then none of the above, which I'll represent as a dash. So this set has 8 elements, and the composer set up the solutions so that they correspond to this power set. So if the black goes here, then you have A, knight to b4, mate. If black goes here, you have B, knight to f4, mate. If you go to F5, then you have queen to G2 mate, which is C. Okay, let's see. So let's see if we can find the AB mate. So the AB mate is not the queen, but either of the knight moves is mate. So that would be this this knight move. So that blocks the queen diagonal, but the A mate works and the B mate works. Okay, now if the knight moves to E6, then this allows the A mate and the C mate. And if the knight moves to C6, that allows the B mate and the C mate. Okay, if the knight moves to B5, that allows the A, the B, and the C mate, all three. And finally, if knight takes pawn, that doesn't allow any of the three mates, A, B, or C. That corresponds to the dash. Queen takes knight is mate. So this corresponds to the, if you look at Pascal's triangle, let's see, let me pull that up real quick. Pascal's triangle. This corresponds to one of the rows in Pascal's triangle, which I'll show in just a moment. So if you look at row 4 here, 1, 3, 3, 1, the 8, this is corresponding to that row of Pascal's triangle, because there's one way of having 0 solutions, one way of having 3 solutions, and 3 ways of having 1 solution, and 3 ways of having 2 solutions. But that's what we went through in this wheel. And it was like, what a brilliant conception of illustrating this wheel concept, combining math and chess. So I'd never seen this before, and I suppose that other chess composers have probably tried to and probably succeeded in the same idea, but what a cool concept. So if you are a math fan and as well as a chess puzzle fan, then this is a problem for you.